Welcome back, everyone. This is Farmer Cop here with our gameplay series in No Man's Land. So today we have some exciting things planned. I think we may even be able to do our first harvest today, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can keep expanding our farm and growing our business. Alright guys, so if you'll notice, it is the same day as when we left off. However, I did notice something when I looked into the menu here. So if we go to wrap, these guys have weeds on them. So nothing else needed said about that. We need to take care of those weeds. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go in, and I think we need to get ourselves a fertilizer spreader. So if we go into the store here, because I definitely don't have one, and we don't have anything for that. So we go into the store here, we go down to fertilizer or crop protection. I think we hook ourselves up with this guy, because then we can do fertilizing and we can do herbicide. So I think that's what we're gonna do, and I think we'll buy the tank, and that's gonna kind of put us out for money right now, but I think we'll be able to recover, and if we have to, we can also take out a loan. So we'll go ahead and buy these items here. All right, and then while I'm in the store here, I might as well, we're gonna need some herbicide, so I'll go ahead and buy us. I'll buy us. Oof, they're kind of pricey. We'll just hit one for now, and hopefully that's enough. So yeah, I'll run down to the store and pick those guys up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize those, or excuse me, herbicide those fields. All right, I just finished up the last field, so this one actually needed weeding too, not just the 2 fields we created. So I went ahead and weeded all of them, and look at that. Out of 2,000 liters of herbicide, we still have 1,500 liters left. Another thing I did too. I went ahead, since these guys only have 1 fertilizer state, I went ahead, since we have this guy anyways already, I actually had to take out a loan. Yes, I had to take out a $10,000 loan. Well, I didn't have to take out that much, but I decided to take out a $10,000 loan, because what I'm going to do is go down to the store, fill this up with fertilizer, and then go ahead and do a little bit of night fertilizing. And then after I do a little bit of night fertilizing, I'm going to go ahead and hit the rack, and then I'll probably see you guys there. But look how cool this looks at night. Just look at, let me turn off the lights on the tractor. Look at all the lights. I love it. This map is so awesome. Alien Jim did a really good job with this map. I just love, look at that. Just look at that nice dusk sunset look. But anyhow, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and unload this stuff and then get that going. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get those fields fertilized for us. All right, folks, it is 7:13 a.m. in our farm here on No Man's Land. So I went ahead and I did get everything fertilized and everything weeded, so everything's good to go there. So first off, let's go ahead and hop in the truck here. We'll just drive around, take a look at some things. So I think we might, at least that field, but I'm sure later today we should be able to harvest. I wanted to get up early today at 7 just so we can get a jump start on some work here. I was up very late last night. I didn't end up finishing up until 9 on the in-game clock, so I was up pretty late working on getting everything good to go. But gosh, look at that sunrise over there. I love that the sun is rising in the same part that it set yesterday, so that's fantastic. Or at least I think that's what happened. But yeah, so it looks like the fields are coming on. Oh yeah, we'll be able to harvest all these guys today. The one thing I wanted to check without destroying any of the crops here at the top, I think once we harvest this field, I think we need to take this tree out. So actually, these 2 trees out, and then I think we extend this field up a little higher. So I think we own, if we go into the map here, we own this section of land up top. So I think if we clear this out, that'll give us a bigger field here. So after we harvest, we'll be able to expand it. And I think instead of connecting these 2 fields like I was talking about, I think once we get, we get 25 bought here, I think we extend this field down. Make it kind of a weird shaped field like that. We can probably go up to the top if we can clear those trees out there, but maybe make that kind of a nice field there. Make another one here of some form of field here anyhow. And I think we'll keep this one as is, and eventually if we do end up expanding this way, we can kind of extend up and make that a field there, or take part of that and make that part of this field. So we'll extend it as we need to. But I think also today what we need to do is clear out, if there, I can't remember if there's any trees over here or not now, but I think we make another little field right here just to give us a little bit more crop that we can harvest. So again, we're just trying to maximize this land, because I don't know if this harvest is going to push us to the point where we can afford to buy plot 25, but I think that'll definitely be something we want to get going at ASAP. If there's any crops you think we should plant, I mean, I don't really know. I'm not sure what we should plant next. I'm tempted just to do a round of soybeans, but maybe we'll do canola or something this time. But yeah, so I think we'll work on that here. Matter of fact, while I'm up here, I got the pickup truck, so I might as well just hop out Get the chainsaw out. Chop this guy down. Oh, not in the crops. Oh, that was close. Not that it'll actually damage anything. Real life it would, obviously, but in game here it's not going to do a whole lot better. So just to get that to fit in the back, we'll probably have to cut that in half again. I don't even know if this this top piece is going to give us anything anyways, but ooh, we're sticking out a little bit. Actually, let's do this. If we hop in, hit X on PC to unfold, there we go. I think we can still, yep, we can still tie these guys down once we get them all in there. So we'll go ahead and load up the truck, get these guys taken over. This guy's definitely a lot shorter. Definitely not good at dividing those guys evenly, but that's okay. All right, pull forward. I think if you just L them in there, I think they, yeah. Oh, nope, they're still moving around a little bit. So maybe we just gotta be careful we don't get them to fly out while we're working. We're driving around, so go ahead and cut this. Try not to cut it to the fields. Nope, it's gonna go that way anyways. Oh well. Is what it is. Go ahead and get all the limbs off of this guy. Cut this guy. I think that's closer to half. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Still not great, but I think maybe slightly better, maybe not at all. No, it doesn't look. Looks like I cut it almost the same spot, but that's okay. It is what it is. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And then we'll take one of our tractors out with the stump cutter on it. We might actually just hook it up and have it follow us around as we take out trees. So let me look at the map here. So we're kind of, this is like right on the border here. I think we can clear these guys out too. And I think that's what I want to do right now. So I think I'm going to clear these guys out here. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to clear this guy, essentially all of them up to our property line, which I think is, it's going to be, well, it's going to be the line with our field. So I think all these guys over, I'm going to go ahead and clear them out, and then I'll hook up the stump cutter. So that's what I'm going to start working on. All right, so definitely not done taking all these guys out yet, but I do have a load here for sure. Ooh, those bottom ones are trying to slide off. Ooh, we'll try not to lose any of them, but I still have like a tree and 2/3 of a tree or ish, something like that. There ended up being 4 trees there that I was able to take down. So I cut all 4 of those down, and then I loaded up the rest of the truck here. So I'm going to haul these over with you. Hopefully I don't lose any. And then we'll go ahead and throw them into the wood chipper. Oh gosh, this truck needs gas actually too. I should run up and do that. Oh, that was close. We barely made that. Slow down, Farmer Cop, slow down. Not in a high-speed chase here, so oh, easy there. Yeah, definitely. Funny story about high-speed chases, though. Not that I was in one recently or anything like that, but there's a. So I work in the state of Washington. There was a county in Washington that one of their officers was towing had a police pickup truck, and he was towing the department boat with the police pickup truck, and there was a pursuit near them. And the 2 officers that were inside the truck sat there and thought, well, is there a policy against pursuing with a trailer on there? And they couldn't think of one, so guess what? They joined a pursuit with their boat trailer on the back there. They obviously weren't the ones that caught up to them or caught the bad guys or anything like that, but the very next day, there was a policy in place that said you cannot pursue with the boat trailer on or with the trailer on. So that's actually how a lot of police policies are made, especially ones like that, especially something so specific like that. It's like when you see laws so specific like that, you're like, well, what idiot messed that up or what idiot did that? But yep, there you have it. In that specific county, I won't say what county it is, but there's a county in Washington that's a policy because of what happened, which is hilarious. That's a good story right there. Especially if you're the officer that caused that policy to be made. Thankfully, no one was hurt or anything in that pursuit, and I don't think any vehicles were damaged. But yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Oh man. Oh geez. I'll say right now with everything going on, we've actually the town I live in, we have a Walmart, and we've had actually people fighting over toilet paper in the stores. So we've had to break up fights with people fighting over toilet paper in stores. Not me specifically, but other shifts have responded to calls of people getting in arguments and such over toilet paper of all things inside of Walmart. So that happens sometimes. That's Walmart for you. But anyhow, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to finish up selling these guys. I'm going to go back over there, finish chopping up the rest of the logs, and bring them over here and then sell them out. We've already made some decent money, not a ton, but a little bit of extra money doing this. So hopefully we can keep up doing that so we can pay for some stuff. All right, I have the last of the logs loaded up, and I'm going to have you guys drive, or not drive me. I'm going to have you guys watch me drive this over to the log sell point, mostly so I can demonstrate my ability. Where am I going? I was going to say so I can demonstrate my ability to drive, but then I just hit a tree. So I guess I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that right off. But I don't know why I was going that way. I'm going to go over here and take the path. Well, anyhow, you're still going to watch me drive and probably try to roll this again. Nope, I don't have enough speed, so I think we're good. Perfect, perfect. And of course, there's not as many logs on there as well either. So we'll cut this corner here. Go over here. All right, now I'll go ahead and sell the last of these guys here real quick for us. Got a little bit of money, not as much as I would have hoped, but we did get a little bit, so anything helps at this point. Anything helps. Oh geez, throw that over there. I want you to go in the chipper. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Big ones are getting us a little bit of money. It's $4 up there for the small one. That's ridiculous. That was $200. We'll see what that guy I just threw in there is going to be. This one's probably going to earn $1 one or $3 one or something stupid like that. Yeah, $2.40 for the big one. That's pretty good right there. $29 for the little one. That's actually a lot better than I thought I was going to get. That'll be another good one I just threw in. And then this guy probably earned 200 or so. That was only 89. I was hoping that guy was going to be more, but we'll see what this last one is. And wait for it. Wait for it. 133. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping that was like a 240, but anyhow. Oh, that's the extra herbicide I had. So we actually had 1,500 liters of herbicide and the fertilizer. The fertilizer is still in the tank there because I figured that would be what we'd use next in the tank. But so we actually had quite a bit there. What I'm going to do now, just because I should, I'm going to go ahead and run this down to the store, and then we're going to go ahead and fill it up with gas. And I actually need some repairs, but we can do that at our place. So I'm going to run this over to the store. This mud trail. I don't think so. I want to know if you guys think I should clean this or not. I think I'm just going to leave it. I kind of like the look of the old beat up truck with just completely filthy. So I think I'm just going to leave it how it is. But if you think I should clean it, just let me know in the comments below. But I think I'm gonna keep it as it is for now at least. So yeah, I'll drive over to the store. I'll fill this guy up with gas. Drive back. I'll fix it, and then we'll go ahead and take the stump cutter out, and we'll go ahead and remove those stumps for the trees we just took down. So that's what we will end up doing next here. Alright, so I got our pickup all fueled up, and I also went ahead and repaired it. So it only cost $129 to fix it up, so definitely not a bad deal there. I think what we need, I'm just trying to think of what we need to do. So I really want to harvest, but I don't want to sit here and just kill the time without doing anything productive. So I think, actually here, what we can do with the pickup real quick, because this guy might be in the way, so we'll go ahead and move him out of the way. Just like how rusted and beat up that looks. Awesome. Yeah, a little bit big for the pickup, but that's okay. We're just moving it out of the way. We're not hauling anything, so go ahead and park it. Hey, see, I parked all of our equipment over there. I don't have it in that area there because I want to get new vehicle shelters and stuff later too, where it'll be a little bit easier for us to access, I think. Since I think what we're going to do is slowly just fix up this farm. So we'll start off by probably doing maybe a little bit of landscaping. Actually, maybe the first thing we'll do. So I'm just going to park the truck up here. Then I'm going to hop in it. Nope, hit the fence. Thank goodness that stuff doesn't get damaged, because that would damage a lot of stuff. All right. Oh, are you kidding me? Put me on top of the fence here. All right, there we go. So I'm going to run over here, and I think we'll hook this tractor up. I think it's going to be fine. It's still got a weight on the front, but that's fine. Let's leave it on there. Doesn't really matter. Don't want to ride over the crops. We got crop destruction on, so then I'll go ahead and that will definitely put a damper in our spirit if we're ruining our crops that we work so hard to take care of. These are going to be pretty decent crops for pretty decent harvests too, because the only thing they don't have really is lime. So they've been weeded properly. They've been fertilized 2 states. They've just been pretty well taken care of. Cracks there. Yep. Oh, almost hit a fence again. Typical farmer cop driving. Typical farmer cop. For those of you who think that cops are good drivers, well, here's some pretty good evidence to the contrary, unfortunately. Sorry if I blew your minds with that, but no, we're not all great drivers. Sometimes we're pretty bad drivers, but for the most part, we're pretty good. All right, look over here. We'll go ahead and cut these guys. Actually, there's that guy, so we'll turn this guy on. Oop, there, turn it on. Perfect. Back up to and just kind of like you do front loader and stuff, you can move this guy around by clicking and holding on the left mouse button and the right mouse button there. So those do different things. The left mouse button will move it up and down and side to side. Right mouse button will just, look, it'll tilt it in like that, and it'll also adjust that cover on it. So those are the different mouse buttons. Similar to, like I was saying, front loader attachments and stuff like that. So you just kind of have to keep lowering it down on this. Make sure it's actually doing that. If it's actually working, you'll see that wood chip animation there, and there, now it's gone. So if it's not making that animation, it's not doing anything. There we go. I'll almost lift the tractor up on it, so then it just, as it goes down, it'll just take out the rest of the log or the rest of the stuff for me. Back up a little bit, go down the rest of the way. Since I cut those a little high, they're like that. But again, I like to cut them a little bit higher than maybe would be. Oh. Well, that guy's on the ground. I was like, why can't we steer? But that makes sense. Okay. This. Up. Here we go. Okay, work on it a little bit. And a little bit more. Oh, wrong way. And also you can lower this. Raise it. So I guess, technically speaking, you'd probably lower it down like that so you could work with it because it'd be on those supports, but not me. Not me. I like to have it just crazy, not supported, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot, honestly. Real life, I'm sure that would matter quite a bit, but just for this, it doesn't really matter. All right, got those guys. We'll turn it off for a second, lift it up. That was close. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. I'll drive over and hit, oh, there's two, that's right. I'll hit those guys. And that's why I have them stick up a little bit more, because I was actually able to find that there's two over here, not just one. So yeah, we'll do this. Oh, this guy on, down. Ooh, here we go. Maybe. As long as that animation's going, it's doing something. So all of it, yeah, okay. Just digging my blade into the dirt there. That would be just fantastic for it. Oh, I hit it. Do that again. Bad driver. Bad driver. Today, though, it seems like I'm having an especially off day. Maybe I need to drink more coffee and wake up a little bit more, but there we go. Go. I'm actually filming this on my day off right now. This is Monday, so I work graveyard at the police department, and I have right now I have Monday, Tuesday, every other Wednesday off. So kind of a weird schedule this week is my 3-day weekend, so I'm pretty excited. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and then next week I'll have Monday, Tuesday off. And it's a super weird schedule, so we work 4 9-hour days, and then so like for me, I'd work 4 9-hour days, and then I'd have Monday and Tuesday off, and then I'd work 4 9-hour days and an 8-hour day. So all that in a row, and then I'd have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. So we work 4 on, 2 off, 5 on, 3 off, and that's kind of what we do. Though I'm very excited when we go into our summer rotation. So we have different rotations where we bid for different shifts. So we're not stuck on the same shift all year or for any amount of time. We actually do, I guess I can just, I can probably do something while I'm talking, huh? Instead of just sit here. But, so I'm going to cut this tree down as well. But yeah, so we have 4 different rotations. So we have a summer rotation, a fall rotation, a spring rotation. So right now we're in the middle of the spring. Oh, where's that going to go? Up. There we go. So right now we're in spring rotation, and I'm on graveyard. This summer I'm actually going to be on day shift, so I'm kind of excited about that. Mostly because I'll be able to spend a little bit more time with my wife and do a little bit more stuff outside of work. So, and it'll probably be easier to make videos that way too, working on day shift. Graveyard, it just seems like the hours are super weird. Because I don't start work until 10 p.m. and I'm usually off around 7 a.m. But yeah, and we're going to a 4-10 schedule. So we're going to have 4 days, it will be 4 10-hour shifts, and then 3 days off every single week. So I'm very excited for that. I should have more free time that way too. Just it's funny how just adding an hour onto your day, you can end up getting a lot more time, or it seems like you have a lot more time. So I'm very excited for that, that we're going to that shift schedule. And I don't think I'm going to take this tree out just because it's in those rocks anyway, so it's not like we can do anything. It's kind of a nice decorative feature. But this is where I want to make another field, is right here. So I think that's one I'm going to work on next. Well, we're waiting to harvest crops. So let me get this stump out of the way here. Then I'll probably just leave. Maybe. You can always come sideways into it too. Of course, that's moving the whole freaking tractor, but. All right, perfect. Turn that off. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I don't even think I'm gonna take the pickup truck out here, but we might log some of these. But again, I want to kind of keep some of this out here. I really especially like the ones around the lake. I want to keep some forests here just kind of as separators, or to kind of keep them up. I don't want it to end up being just a huge open flat map of nothing but fields. So I think I'm going to keep those there. But where do those logs go? There they are. I just kept it as one piece, but I think I'm just going to run these over to the selling point, and then I'm going to go ahead and hook up with the cultivator, and I'm going to start creating a field over there. I think that's what I'm going to do next. All right, I'm working on getting us another field here. So I think just when I think about making fields, I think about it if it's actually worth it. Like if I did like a little strip of land there, would it actually be worth it? Probably not, but this would be worth it. We can get a decent harvest off of this. And the other thing I think about when I'm creating fields is I think about how are workers going to handle it. Now, yeah, some fields are going to be so cattywampus and so crazy that you're just going to have to do a lot of this stuff on your own. But this one's going to be relatively square. I mean, as square as I can make it. But one of the things you'll notice is that the rock formation is pretty close on the side. There's not really enough room over there for people to turn around. But there's room at the top and there's room at the bottom. So I think workers will go that way across to do it. So I think that will work pretty well for us, because there's also, I got really close up to the rock. Another thing I like to note too is if you want to be really kind of efficient or effective with field creation, is it's important to think about that, because if you have it where you can, you know, which way the workers are going to go on, you don't have to leave enough space on every side for the workers to turn around at. So it gives you more field in that amount of time, or in that amount of space that you can use. So that's what I recommend as well. But yeah, so what I'll do, it's already 10 a.m. Geez, it seems like it's flying by. Maybe it's not. But so yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys know when I finish it, and then I think I'll start thinking about what we're gonna plant here. I'm just not really sure what I want to plant yet, but we'll kind of brainstorm that, and I'll think about what I want to do. And I understand that there's not a lot of people watching this yet, since I'm pretty new to YouTube. So yeah, I understand I'm not going to get a lot of comments about, hey, let's do this next, let's do this next. And that's okay. I'll just keep going and keep chugging along and trying to do what I think is best for our no man's land farm. So, but anyhow, I'll keep working on this, and then I will be back with you. All right, I think it actually turned out pretty good. Here's our next field here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hook up the plow. Probably the guy that's got the stump remover on it, just because the weight's already on him. But yeah, I think I'm going to hook up the plow so the plow guy can start working on plowing this field. The one thing that you will probably never see me do by hand, other than maybe to fix little errors that workers make, is plowing. It is my least favorite job to do, I think, period. Now, I know I said earlier that forestry is kind of my least favorite thing to do, or not one of my favorite things to do, which is true. But plowing is probably my least favorite, like, field work type thing to do. Just because I think it's just the shape of the plow. I don't have any issues subsoiling, but I think it's just the shape of the plow just, I think, makes it more difficult, or makes it less enjoyable for whatever reason. It's kind of weird, but anyhow, yep, I'll go ahead and dump this off here. We can probably park this tractor for now. He can take a little break, and then we'll get the other tractor to start plowing there, and then we'll think about, I have no idea what we should go ahead and put in the field. I'm thinking maybe, I almost want to do canola. But let me see here what we got. Oh yeah, we could do, I think canola might be a good option for us. Soybeans, though, are worth so much freaking money. I think I might just keep doing soybeans. You guys are great money makers there, but I think that's kind of what we got available for. Yeah, I think in that field we'll go ahead and put soybeans, and I think when we do another round and we harvest all the big fields again, maybe we'll do canola that time, just to kind of change things up a little bit. But Yep, that's what I have for you. I'm going to go ahead and get a worker hooked up to start working on plowing that. So actually thinking about it, while that guy is plowing, I'm going to go ahead and take the seeder up to the store since we only have 24 liters or 4% of the seeds left in it, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. I don't think I'm going to worry about fertilizer yet. We planted all those fields and we still have 54% left, so I think we should have plenty for now. But oh gosh. Yeah, I think we're going to end up having to refill the seeds anyways by the time we really need more fertilizer. So I think what I'm going to do is run up to the store. I'm going to load this baby up with seeds, and then, yeah, and then I'll be probably just go ahead and once the guy plowing our new field we just made, once he gets most of the way done or gets a significant of the way done, I'm probably just going to hire this guy too. So actually I'll probably just do it myself just because there's no sense in wasting money on a worker if I have something I can work on. So I'll probably end up just start seeding behind him while he's plowing. So that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and keep at it and go ahead and fill this guy up and then start seeding. You guys see this? I just barely started planting this. Weeds just started popping up already. These things are crazy. So all those, yeah, in case you're wondering, that's just like, those are weeds or what they would look like in their first growth stage before anything's popped up on the field. But I can't even believe that. I didn't even get any chance to hardly plant any of this, and then weeds are already popping up. I was waiting for the plow to catch up for a second, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's weeds on the field. But well, my guess is they're going to probably grow across the whole field anyways, so I'm not going to worry about dealing with them until we get the whole field completed and plowed here and planted. But so I don't know if I mentioned this or not yet, or if I mentioned it earlier or not, but so we're going to plant soybeans in this field as well, and then I think, like I was saying, we're going to do canola in all of them once we get them all done. So I don't know when this guy will be ready to harvest. Actually, he's obviously a little bit delayed compared to the other 3 fields, so might just be kind of on an off deal, but actually might be kind of helpful so we can harvest, so we don't have to harvest everything at one time, so that might actually help us out a little bit. But yeah, we'll get cracking on here. I'm going to keep letting him plow that, and I'm going to keep seeding behind him as he gets more and more done. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you so far. Alright, so that field is plowed and planted, and it still only has weeds right there in that corner, but I thought of a genius idea, and I'm a little upset that I didn't think about it first, or earlier. I think this is going to be a little bit of a money saver for us. So, that way. Let me drop the plow here at the workshop, and I'll show you why in a second. Yes, it probably needs repairs, but I have a better idea than that even. So I was looking in the store, and I was looking at subsoilers, plows, and everything like that. Can you open this window? Oh, that'd be nice. You could. But I was looking at plows, subsoilers, and everything else. So if we repair this guy, so if we repair him, 38, and we sell him for $11,907, so we'll do that. That plow required 150 horsepower, and it had a working width of 2.5 meters. Now, if we go into the store and we go into subsoilers, these do basically the same. If you see my video on cultivators and plowing and preparing your fields, you'll know this. We can get this guy, which works at 4 meters, so 1.5 meters higher, and requires only 140 horsepower instead. And this will do the same job, and it has a squared back, which is what I like. So we're going to go ahead and now buy this guy to replace that. So I can't really, if I didn't think of that sooner, but we actually ended up making money off of that and getting, I think, a superior piece of equipment. So I'm going to drive this down to the store, and I'm going to go ahead and pick that up for us. All right, so I brought that subsoiler back. What I actually think I'm going to do real quick, we're running out of things to do here. No, I'm just kidding. We have plenty of things to do, but I'd rather harvest. I'm really excited. I'm just anxious about harvesting. I really want to see what we get off this crop, but make some money that way. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and get our harvester pulled out. It actually looks like it needs a little bit of maintenance, so it probably wouldn't hurt to do some maintenance on it. We'll get it unfolded here and all set and ready to go to harvest. But yeah, we'll pull it up here. We'll get it prepared and good to go. So I actually have a mod installed where if you're in here, you can hit tab and go back and forth between the 2 things in there, which is extremely helpful in my opinion. So I recommend that mod for sure. I'll put the name of that mod in the description below. So I'll go ahead and repair that. 251, that's nothing. Tab over to the header, repair that. and 80 bucks, nothing, or just over 300 bucks to repair all that stuff. So we are now ready for harvest, and I don't have a power washer or anything yet. I'll probably end up putting one in here. I am someone, other than that pickup truck, which I think is cool the way it is, I do like to keep my equipment kind of clean. So usually after I use it a lot and it gets pretty dirty, I'll try to wash it and repair it at the same time, just so it's kind of an indicator to me that it's been washed and repaired. But I won't worry about washing it until I actually get a set of sheds out here to fix it up and get this place looking nice, so we can park stuff inside, or at least under a shelter. So for now, I think we'll just keep what we got. But shoot, what do we do now? If we go into the map here, everything's grown. This is so close to being ready to harvest, so freaking close. I think what I'm going to do is thin out some of the trees in here. I think that's just going to be a good option for us, and it'll kill some time while we're waiting for harvest to be ready to go. So that's what I think I'm going to do, is take out some of the trees here. And I thought about something too as well. Maybe if we end up selling this shed, so if we sell this cover here, which I think all I'm really parking it for now is the combine, to sell that cover here, clear out the trees back here. I think if we made like a road that would connect up back, chainsaw out. I think we made a road that connect up back here. I think that would be a good. This would be easier than trying to curve around that road. We can just drive straight back to these fields. So I think that's actually something I'm going to work on doing. So for now, what I'll do is I'll clear out the trees directly behind it, just so we can start working on that project. And then we'll sell that shed and we'll put a road through here, because that's just a perfect area for a road. Just because it's right even with the main road anyways. So I think that'll be a good idea for us to do that. And then we can leave the house and stuff over here. No problem with that. I might end up selling the fence if it gets in the way too much. But other than that, and of course we got to leave the outhouse here. I love that even that turns on like a little bolt or a screw or something. I love that. You go. I love how it's just this old beat up outhouse with just filled with junk, and we have like a decent light in it, which is hilarious. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and shut that guy out. Sorry, a little side note there. But yeah, so I think we'll end up washing everything, except for I think I'm going to leave this dirty. It just looks nice that way, and it's not really worth anything. So yeah, I'm going to clear the trees behind this. That's what I'm going to work on. Hopefully when I get you guys back in here, we're going to be ready to harvest this. I really want to harvest the soy here. It is so freaking close to being ready to go. Zero weeds, fertilize 100%. The only thing I needed was lime. So I'm really hoping that'll be good for us to get that thing harvested. But anyhow, I'm going to start removing some of these trees for us. All right, amidst my chopping, I went ahead and I went in the menu here, and I noticed that this field is ready to harvest. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and I still want to keep working on log in this area here, but I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and hire a worker to start doing the soy here. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, perfect. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. Go and hire someone and see how that goes. Fantastic, fantastic. That is fantastic. It's already got 100 liters, and we're actually probably get a pretty good harvest of soy. But all right, so yep, I'm gonna keep working on chopping down those logs. I'll let you know when this guy fills up. So here's what I've got done so far. I think what I'm gonna end up doing probably is taking out a couple more on each side, just to open it up a little bit. But I ideally want the trees to kind of make it look nice over here when you're looking at the farm, but this area would actually make a decent field if I cleared it all out. So I think maybe even from the shed over, like maybe that's the line right there, and then over this way. Also, that is a ton of work, so it took me quite a while to get just a few trees here done. So I'll keep piling on, but this is the wood we got out of that. So keep working on clearing trees, and actually, that's before I leave. Let's go check on our harvester and see how he's doing on this field. Like he might be getting close to done here. Pop in. Yeah, he's probably got one more pass here. Well, we might as well just go ahead and knock that out for him. Yeah, not as much as I thought we'd get off of that, but still, it's not too bad. I think we would have gotten like 15% more or something if we had limed the field too. So, but also again, soybean is not a high quantity producing crop, so that's also kind of expected there. But yeah, we'll get this guy finished up here, and then we might as well start working on getting this field ready for the next thing we're going to grow on it. So I'll move the combine now that we're done here. Since we're over here by the silos, we might as well just go ahead and unload the combine before we drive it over to the other fields. I'll go ahead and unload it real quick. There we go. Ooh, barely. Looks like we're missing about half of it, but I guess it is what it is. We'll drive this over. We can wait. I don't think those fields are ready quite yet. No, not quite, but they are getting close. Shoot, they are getting close. I hope we can harvest them today. That's kind of my main goal. But yeah, so this area doesn't need plowing, so I think I'm gonna hook up probably just a small cultivator, because it's kind of tricky to pull the big one with the small tractor. So I'll probably hook up the small cultivator and start working on getting that knocked out. I'm glad I held on to that. It doesn't need to be plowed, so there's no sense in subsoil in it. Though honestly, I think the subsoil is a little bit wider, so I might just have them subsoil it anyways. But there's still only weeds right there. If I have to, I'll go over and spray that. But I think what I am going to do though is probably go over there and just put another fertilizer state on that, because I think that'll be kind of important to make sure we're getting as much as possible out of our harvest. So drive this guy over here. Did I miss a spot planting? Looks like I did. I think I missed several little spots in there. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, I guess, with that cedar apparently. But no matter. We'll get this guy, and we're probably gonna start him from up in the upper right-hand corner. So I'll probably drive him up over there and have him hang out there until it's time to harvest these soybeans over here. Hopefully we can do it today. It's already 3:20. I don't really want to harvest into the night, but if I have to, I will. We got to do what we got to do to get going. So, and then I'm really excited, I think, to sell these soybeans we got. So yeah, get this guy set up here. He's over up that area on the side there. Perfect. Okay. So, yep, I think I'm going to run back over here, and I will go hook up the fertilizer sprayer, and I'm going to go ahead and add a layer of fertilizer to this field here, so I don't have to worry about that in the future. I'll probably just, and then I'll start a worker working on that field over there. And I think actually if we go into the store, the subsoiler is going to run at what, 7 miles an hour? What does our cultivator run at? Also, that's 4 meters at 7 miles an hour. So cultivator, the one we have is this guy right here, which is 3 meters at 9 miles per hour. Ooh, that's tricky. That might be a little faster. I don't know, 1 meter versus just 2 miles an hour separate. I think we'll just let the subsoiler go on it, and then we don't have to worry about plowing it again for another 3 harvests. So I think that'll be fine if we just do that until we get a decent sized tractor that can pull our bigger cultivator. So let me hop out here, and I'll just go ahead and hop in this guy, and he's already set up to go. That looks so much nicer than using the plow. So much nicer. Over here to the corner of the field. Right there is probably perfect. Hire someone. Fantastic. That looks perfect. All right, I'll go hop back over into this tractor, and I'll get him hooked up with the fertilizer spreader, which I put, yeah, there. But that should be fine. It says helper D was blocked. That was just because I ran in front of him before I got out. That up. All right, so I'll go ahead and go fertilize that field. Then while we're waiting to harvest, I'll probably still keep working on getting some of those trees chopped down back there. But yeah, ideally just have like some of those trees over there all the way around, and then some of the trees up front here. Probably leave all those trees over there, but yeah, just to cut down some of these trees here, not in the front but in the back, just to kind of thin it out a little bit. But I don't know, I don't want to cut out too many, so we'll see how many I think we should cut out. But you can see where I cut the trees out there, where we're going to put the road. It'd be kind of cool to have the road kind of going in between some trees too, so I think that would be pretty sweet if we did that. Yeah, also I'm thinking, kind of debating whether I do pavement or I do dirt roads. I think that'll be a dirt road there, but around the farm I kind of like the idea of having, just kind of nicing it up and adding pavement and concrete around, so I think that might end up being what we do. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get this field fertilized real quick, and then I will start logging until it's time to harvest. All right, so our worker finished up subsoiling this and getting it ready for planting, so I went ahead and hired this guy. He's going to go ahead and plant this with canola. So I think, yep, we're going to start working on canola, starting with this field, and then we'll continue on to the rest of our fields when we get there. So, yep, I'll have this guy start working on planting canola here, and I'm still working on chopping down trees over there. However, I will say that if you're looking here on the map, we're still waiting on these stupid fields to be ready to harvest. And I didn't get to fertilize this whole field, so this one's still in its first growth state, so I can't actually fertilize it yet until it gets into the second one like this one. So this part's fertilized, but this is not. So I left the sprayer out there ready to go for when this one's ready to go. So hopefully we can harvest soon. It's getting later in the day. It's already 4:24. I don't want to be working at night trying to harvest, so hopefully that goes ahead and those grow a little bit faster and get ready to harvest. So keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully we can harvest that today. All right, folks, and still no luck on getting this stuff harvested. Ooh. Oh, geez. Oh. You know what? That'll teach me to do that. So I think I'll just leave those there and get them next time. But I did load up a load of logs and then lost some of it. But I'm going to drive this over to our sell point and then see what we get from these guys. But I do at very least before we finish up today, I need to pay off that $10,000. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to load those up, but I need to pay off that $10,000 loan, so we don't incur any more interest. Maybe I just need to do this with the pickup truck and do more loads just so I don't have to. Thought I was being all smart grabbing the big trailer to do this, but I guess that wasn't the brightest idea. And no, before you ask, it does not have tension belts, at least not in this configuration. So, this guy back up. One more, and then I will go really slow. 10 feet. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, slow and steady. But yeah, so I'll pay off the $10,000 loan we have, and also just so you know, we got this field is all set and ready to go. It's growing now with canola, so it's growing with canola. So we'll just have to stand by and wait for that. So I'll pull right up next to it here, and I should be able to just stand back here and throw them. There we go. Nice, I can just walk back and forth. That's perfect. Oop. I guess I can't walk back and forth. At least not every time. Alright. Not quite. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now they're all gone. Some of these I'm sure will go. That was a heavy one. Brought anywhere. Sure we'll get. There we go. That guy's getting quite a bit. Yeah, 600. Got a decent amount of money for these guys. A lot of them are pretty thick. I had that. Decent. Hey, decent amount of money from all that stuff. Got just over 5,000. That was probably only, shoot, I think that was less than half. Or not, yeah, it was less than half. We probably have 60% of them still over there, 60% of the logs. But let me go in here and we'll, boom, boom. All right, down to 5 grand, but still we got that all paid off and set to go. So I think I'm actually just gonna use the pickup truck so I can use the tension belts instead of trying to fight these guys when I'm driving around again. So I'm just gonna park this guy here out of the way. and I'll go hop into the pickup truck. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, we'll see, but hopefully we can get those fields harvested tonight. I hate to wait for the next episode. I really wanted to harvest them all. I think we're gonna make quite a bit of cash off of the fields. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with all that new money. Probably won't be like crazy. I think about how much we have, and we also had another like 11,000 in the silo already, so that's gonna help us out a lot too. But yeah, starting to get dark out. Hopefully we can start harvesting it. Even if it's a little bit into the night, I'll be okay with that. But oh gosh, I hope they're ready by 7. If they're good to go by 7, we should be fine. But otherwise, it might be a little bit of trouble. But we'll see how it works out. So yep, I'm just gonna keep loading up these guys and keep sending them to the sell point. So if you look up there, we have 5,439 now. So I think we'll get quite a bit more from selling the logs here. As you can see, I probably only got 20% of that last time, but there's a lot here. And then we'll go through, probably not today, but we'll go through and take out all these stumps. Well, maybe today. We'll see if we have any, if we need to do any harvesting or not. But yep, our truck is probably slightly overloaded, but hey, efficiency, and we're still waiting on those guys to jump into the next growth stage. I think it'll be 7. God, I can't imagine it being later than 7. But again, it's only 6:47 now, so we'll see once those guys finish up there. Oh, that's right. I did not tip the truck over, especially as loaded as it is, but I'll keep on selling and keep on trucking on some logs. So, gosh, hopefully I have those fields ready to harvest here soon for you. Sadly, folks, it is just past 7. These fields are not ready to be harvested, so I think we're unfortunately just gonna have to finish up our second harvest in our next episode. So we'll probably do that first thing tomorrow morning. I'm sure they'll be ready by then. Gosh, yeah, that is just terrible. So yeah, hopefully they're ready tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll go ahead and try to release again one of these gameplay episodes every other day. So thanks for watching. This has been Farmer Cop. Bye.